I'm Whitney Ward. KREM 2 is back at the fair tonight. The theme for this year is All Systems Go. We're taking that to heart. We're going all out and we are there live. We have our weekend team, Cody Proctor and Michelle Boss, out there right now. They're excited to check out all the fun fair festivities. And of course, our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo, he's also live talking about the fair forecast and everything else that we need to know weather-wise. So Jeremy, let's get started with you. People starting to get off work now, maybe heading out to the fair, and the weather's starting to cooperate, especially when we talk about the smoke.
I know, right? We had some rain earlier today, a little bit of smoke to start, but things are looking way better now and feeling way better now. Believe it or not, I can actually feel the difference as I breathe, but I'm going to be talking loud because the fair is kind of popping. You can see people behind me. Let's pan this way and show just how many people are all the way down just getting food. And I got to say, I'm a little bit jealous because that's one of the best parts of the fair. That's my opinion though. Let's go ahead and talk that air quality though, because things are looking pretty good in terms of that AQI. We're down in the pretty widespread across the inland Northwest. That includes us here in Spokane, Spokane Valley, now over in Coeur d'Alene. And it looks like we're starting to see improvements in places like the Silver Valley where things weren't looking too great earlier. Continued improvements are expected. See that big green swath down to the south? That's headed our way. Believe it or not, we are looking at some big time changes as we head through, say, the next 24 hours. I know you're probably going, wait, even more of a change? Yeah, believe it or not, we kind of still have a little bit of a haze in the atmosphere if you're trying to look at the sun. But what winds up happening for us is we get rid of some of that. We wind up seeing more blue sky in the next couple of days as we continue to clear things out. When it comes to the radar, couple of showers continuing to move out of northern Washington. We are hanging on to those flood advisories or even the flood watches through 11 p.m. tonight. It's for heavy rain potentially falling on steep terrain or burn scar areas. We're going to keep a close eye on that, but big thing to know, next few days, air quality improves. Now that those showers move out, if you're seeing them now, that's the end of it. If you're not seeing them now, we're dry. We're staying dry the next few days, but look at Saturday. As we head into the weekend, high temperatures top out in the 60s. We got a very fall-like weather pattern, but coming up, we're talking warmer weather back in the forecast. Whitney?
All right, we're looking forward to that. Thank you very much, Jeremy. And there is still so much fun to have out at the fair, whether you've been there every day this year or this might be your first time this year. Cody Proctor and Michelle Boss, they are also standing by right now. Guys, how are you doing?
Well, I got to say, Whitney, we're having a great time right now. We're actually here at the KREM 2 booth here at the Spokane Interstate Fair. We've got a lot of crowds going through right now.
Yeah, and the weather's been great. It was a little bit cloudy, but
at one point.
It was nice because it actually wasn't too hot out here. Of course, we got the storm tracker vehicle out here. Lots of stuff to do at the KREM booth other than see our smiling faces. You can come,
which are awesome.
Yeah, you can come decorate cards for treats to troops. We've got storm tracker 2 stickers to give away. You can be here in spirit with Thomas Patrick like I am. I think he'll be here on Friday. Of course, Jeremy will be here in the flesh, so you can see him in person along with us as well.
I know, and we've been having a lot of fun out here, just meeting with the crowds and meeting with people that have been coming by. Even for a Wednesday, the crowds have been great out here.
Yeah.
Michelle and I, at one point, full disclosure, we were actually sitting on top of the storm tracker. We wanted to see what it was like to actually be tall. And a lot of people going through just having fun, and there is still plenty to know before you come out here to the Spokane Interstate Fair. So here's what you need to know before you come by tonight. First, you need to get your tickets. That's the first thing of all. You can buy them online or you can buy them right at the fair entrance. But if you do get them at the gate, just a heads up, it is cash only. It is $13 for adults. For kids 7 to 13 and seniors over 65, it's only $10. And if you're bringing a kiddo under 6, it's actually free.
Okay, and then if you're planning on riding rides, if you're going to ride a lot of rides, you're probably going to want to get a bracelet. The bracelets are $35 each. You can ride as many rides as you want all day. If you're mainly only going to maybe only ride a couple of rides, you can still buy individual tickets. Each ride it says in front how many tickets it costs. Of course, there's still plenty of time to get out here. The fair runs until 10 o'clock. They'll start closing up then, and there's so much to do here. Things to eat, things to buy, things to ride, so you'll want to give yourself plenty of time to enjoy all the activities out here.
And we're actually going to get a chance to also meet hopefully a kangaroo a little bit later.
Yes, that's right.
So we're stoked about this. There's also some rumors we might have a slide race with Jeremy later.
Oh yeah.
It's on.
It's on.
Yeah. While reporting live from the Spokane Interstate Fair, I'm Cody.
I'm Michelle Boss, and here's Thomas Patrick's head.
We'll throw it back to you.
All right, thanks very much. I'm looking forward to the slide race. I'll have to figure out who my money's on. Thanks very much, guys. By the way, we are going to be out at the fair tomorrow as well. Mark Hanrahan and I will be out there in the afternoon, so come by and say hi. And our sports team, Travis Green and Andrew Quinn, they will be out there as well. So if you want to stop by, say hello, you'll find us at the KREM 2 booth. We are right outside of the main plaza near the Floral and Fine Arts building. You'll see our tent, you'll see our storm tracker, so come by and say hi. All right, let's switch gears and talk news. At this hour, police are still looking for a suspect after a deadly stabbing last night. According to Spokane police, a call came in around midnight. Officers say they found a woman with stab wounds. She was pronounced dead there at the scene. It happened at an apartment near Division and First Avenue. Police do not believe, though, it was a random attack. The organization that helped move campers from City Hall to the state land near I-90 in Freya, where they are now calling it Camp Hope, well, they are now hiring people to try and help move them out. Jules Helping Hands was a part of that process to move those campers out of downtown back in December, prompting the beginning of what is now the largest homeless encampment in Washington state. Jules Helping Hands, peer support, and housing volunteers say their role now is to make connections. Once they learn that someone is ready to move out of the camp, they can connect them with housing managers and caseworkers. Volunteers say in the last few weeks they've helped 17 people transition into shelters, living with family members or stable employment with housing included. After they've settled in, volunteers say they schedule follow-ups with ex-campers. And the Allie Grounds and Cheryl Brown say moving out can be difficult, but they do help simplify the process.
I've met so many people out here that tell me that they have housing, but they don't know who they're working with, and they don't know what steps to take. So like our goal is to keep track of everybody and who they're working with and what they're working on so that we can help connect all the dots and actually make something happen.
So volunteers right now say that challenges in moving people out of the camp include people simply not wanting to leave for open concept shelters like the new one on Trent. They say another challenge is most people don't have identification cards. Jules is planning to use the DOT Commerce funding, though, to help cover identification fees and help bridge that gap. Grounds says the next step is getting people set up with Social Security cards, a process she says is expected to begin tomorrow. U.S. health officials were on Capitol Hill today to discuss the nation's response to the monkeypox outbreak. This coming just days after the first confirmed death from that virus. That person was from California, someone who had a compromised immune system. Monkeypox is now in all 50 states and continues to spread. During today's hearing, Washington Senator Patty Murray grilled the CDC director about the health department's response to the outbreak.
Too many missteps were made early on in the response, and a couple hundred cases turned into 21,000.
The CDC says the spread of the virus is slowing down, but there are still pockets of the country where cases are on the rise.
We approach this news with cautious optimism, recognizing that we must continue to aggressively respond to with our entire toolkit, including vaccination, testing, and education about risk to inform behavior change.
The CDC says it's increased the amount of testing to 80,000 a week, and 540,000 vaccine doses have been administered, with millions more available. And in Grant County, the health district there is now investigating its first confirmed case of monkeypox. And the patient, we're told, is in good health and at home in quarantine. The health district now working on contact tracing to identify anyone else who may have been exposed. And there have been 506 confirmed monkeypox cases in Washington, King County making up a majority of those cases. As of this afternoon, there were 408 confirmed cases. Spokane only has 7 so far that we know of. Statewide, 14 people have had to be hospitalized because of the virus. All right, still to come here on KREM 2 News at 4 tonight, railroad workers could go on strike nationwide as early as Friday. We'll let you know how it could affect trash collection across the state of Washington.